What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. If you are new here, welcome to J-Bay's little corner of the internet where we talk about all things books with a little sprinkling of randomness here and there. And then for those of you that are returning, welcome back. This month, this video is probably one of my most exciting videos to post every month, and it is the book of the month, book choices, as well as about book of the month as a platform. I just wanted to say I'm not sponsored by them. I just absolutely love what they represent. This is basically a website where a curated collection of new release books are offered at a discounted rate in hardback as well as audiobook versions for members to select from. You can purchase credits ahead of time, so you can sign up for a 12-month subscription and have 12 credits in your actual account. You can also sign up for 6 credits. You can also just do month to month. Every month you pay for your credit ahead of time, so it is in your account. If you choose not to use it, it just rolls over to the next month. You don't necessarily get charged for an additional credit as well. You can either select to then use those credits towards an audiobook or towards a hardback version of a book that is striking your fancy. These books are then shipped out to you in a beautiful blue box, and it comes with a nice little bookmark as well, which is so much fun, and you can definitely expand your collection. I have an entire bookshelf dedicated to just Book of the Month books, and I adore all of my Book of the Month books. In fact, at some point, I might even do a review of just the Book of the Month books that I own, the ones that are still available on the website, the ones that are not, the ones I have read, the ones that are still on the physical TBR, etc. But these books are actually looked over by a curated team, and they read through all of these books and pick their favorites, which are then listed on the website for you to choose from. Book of the Month has the monthly selections, which is the 5 to 7 books that make the cut for the monthly selection that are new releases for that month. They also have a section that's supposed to be new and noteworthy. So other books that didn't quite make the cut to be one of the selections for the month, but were still very enjoyable and entertaining, and the team decided that readers might enjoy. Those are also available to select from as well and are listed on the website under that separate tab. And then they usually have spotlight titles, which are titles that are being put in the forefront because there is a sequel that's coming out, or it is a book that had a lot of traction, or it is appropriate for a seasonal reason. And so those are titles that have been on the Book of the Month website in the past and are now being re-offered or shown to members so that they're aware that this book is available for you to select from should you want to do so, and it's pertinent to the other books that have been released. I have inserted here a little clip of what the Book of the Month selections look like for this month, as well as what the website has to offer. So as always, here is a tour of the actual website. So we have here the Book of the Month website, as well as the selections for this month. For the spooky season, they have quite a few selections that do have to do with either horror or gothic fiction, paranormal romance, etc. Sorry for the shaky camera. So here we have the Book of Witching, which is about a mysterious hiking accident that kicks off the spooky tale of witchcraft, revenge, and a mother's search for answers. Then we have The Wild Huntress, which enters an enchanting monster-filled forest and join the deadly hunt in this stunning tale invoking Welsh mythology. So if you're a mythology person, this might be fun, and it is young adult, so hopefully an easy read. Dearest is a novel about a family that moves into a home that is quite terrifying. There are voices on the baby monitor, animated toys, creepy crawlers, and motherhood has never been so scary. So this is Dearest by Jackie Walters. Then they have The Boyfriend, which is a thriller basically about a woman who thinks she's found Mr. Right, but is that even possible, or is it a nightmare? Because there is a good chance that this boyfriend is actually a serial killer. Then there's the paranormal romance this month, The Dagger and the Flame, which is a seductive tale of rival assassins and thieves. A desire for revenge might just ignite a dangerous romance. So the selections for this month are actually quite fun and very appropriate for spooky season. They also have audiobook selections as well. I've actually never bought an audiobook, so I was considering getting an audiobook this month, but we have Dearest, which was also available in the hardback version. The young adult Wild Huntress, also available as an audiobook. The Dagger and the Flame, also available as an audiobook. Sleep Tight was actually a book option that came out a couple of months ago, and now they have it in the audio version. A Song to Drown Rivers was also a book that was available in hardback either last month or the month before, and is now available in audio. And then The Love Elixir of Augusta Stern was an option from last month as a hardback and is now available in audio. When you go into the All Books tab at the very top, it actually brings you to the selection of all the popular hits right now, as well as spotlight titles and new and recent add-ons. And then they also have various other sections that you can go through. So there's spooky reads here, Celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, October selections, last month's selections by ICYMI, Members Most Loved, etc. So these are all for the actual books. Then if you go into the audiobook section, you can also see that they have audiobooks available as well. I am strongly considering getting the audiobook When the Moon Hatched, because this is a very long book and it is part of a series, but I've heard wonderful things about it. So I do see myself doing a combination of audiobook and Nook for this particular book. So I will probably be picking up this book as well. But you can see that they have quite a selection of audiobooks as well, and they do have them also listed into these various categories too. So if you did have a specific category you were looking for, those are available to you. So that is basically what Book of the Month has going on for this month. So if that strikes your fancy, definitely get online and see what's interesting to you. So as you can see, there's quite a decent curated collection of books available to choose from this month. It is very, very appropriate, I felt, personally, for the October season. Now, one thing I personally haven't tried is a Book of the Month Audible book. So I did decide that I was going to go the audio version this month. So I got my first Book of the Month audiobook, which is very hard to see with the glare. I'm not sure how to... Wow, that really does not want to focus. Anyways, let me see if I can show it at an angle. There we go. So this book is The Dagger and the Flame, shown in a very weird angle. But you can see that this is kind of how the layout of the app is on your phone. So you do have the Listen tab up at the top, and at the bottom here, there's a little headphone that you can click on, and that'll actually showcase all the books that you have selected. You can then also look into other podcasts that are offered to you for free, which you are interested in, you can definitely listen to. And then you have your audiobooks. Now your audiobooks, once you download them, they are yours. You can do what you will with them. You can choose to keep them on your phone. You can choose not to keep them on your phone, but they are yours to listen to. This month, because I wanted to try something new and I've never had an audiobook from them before, I did go ahead and get The Dagger and the Flame by Catherine Doyle, which is a paranormal romance. I recently read another paranormal romance that Book of the Month had recommended, which was Phantasma by Kylie, and that book was incredible. I loved that book. So the fact that that book hit me as hard as it did and I had as much fun reading it as I did, I definitely felt like it would be appropriate to get another one. But again, Phantasma by Kaylee Smith was absolutely wonderful. The sequel to that, Enchantra, will be releasing in next year, so I'm excited for that as well. But overall, just great selection options. And a lot of times the selections that show up this month, for example, will then be available in audio version the following month. So don't fret if you decide to get a physical copy and you decide you want an audiobook, that's always available. Of course, there's also other platforms that offer audio versions of books too. Libby is a great source if you have a local library that you have a membership with, or membership card to. They offer Libby, which is basically a way for you to essentially rent the audiobook from the library and then listen to it on the Libby app. I believe you can also get e-versions of books on the Libby app as well, and it just depends on what curations your local library has. You can also request for books to be brought in or offered on audiobook through Libby and your local library, and sometimes that's available too. It's a great way to consume books that's free. The only thing is there's always a wait time. So if there is a book that you need to read for some kind of pressing timeline, whether it be, let's say, you have a book club that you're reading with or something else that's going on, that is something to keep in mind. And then other sources for listening to audiobooks, if you're interested, Audible is always great. That's obviously partnered with Amazon.com. It's absolutely wonderful service. They have a very generous curation of books. That's actually my preferred way to consume books. Audible also has a membership program where you can sign up and get credits. Those credits can be given to you on a monthly basis, on a 3-month basis, a 6-month basis, or a yearly subscription rate. You can also purchase additional credits should you want to do so that you can actually have more books downloaded. The nice thing about Audible is everything is streamlined and inside of an app. Within that app, you can also change things around to include more tabs. So like, let's say you want a tab specifically for your spooky reads, you can do that. If you wanted a tab specifically for your new releases, you can do that. If you wanted to archive a title because you've already read it, and you don't kind of want to read it, you don't want to return it either, you like having it in your little Audible app, you can do that. So there's multiple different ways to approach audiobooks. Spotify also offers audiobooks now as well. With Spotify, it's usually a curated amount of listening time. So you get like 12 to 24 hours of listening time. With that, you can choose to get more hours added to your account if that's your preferred way to listen. The only thing that was frustrating to me about Spotify is that even if you choose to listen to the book at a slightly faster speed, it still counts the original time on the book stamp as the time towards the listening time. So just keep that in mind. But that's also a great resource if you do have a Spotify membership and you have a premium service or something like that. You do get audiobook credits as well to listen to books through that app. So basically multiple different ways to consume books. That being said, Book of the Month selections this month was very, very fun to look at. And I absolutely love their service. I also think that the service providers, not the service providers, sorry, the customer service team in Book of the Month is also wonderful. They work very closely with their members and they do what they can to make sure you're comfortable. The only thing I will say is if you purchase an audiobook, that's it. You can't go back and get a physical book. You can sometimes, however, get a physical book and then choose to purchase an audiobook on top of that, depending on how your credits and stuff are rolled over. But just a fun finding after I did this time, because I usually like to ship out a box of books as well for you guys to see and for me to enjoy. But in this case, because I did get the audiobook, I'm unable to ship out a physical box this time. But overall, as always, love Book of the Month, and I hope that this was a fun video for you guys to watch and that it inspires you to check out their website too. Thank you so much for watching. Those of you that are new, I put out videos every Sunday and Wednesday, so if bookish content is something that's enjoyable to you, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell. For those of you that are back, thank you so much for joining me again. I love talking books with you guys, and please, please, please don't forget to leave comments down below. I love reading them and interacting with you guys. If there's any books that have spoken to you, any books on Book of the Month that you guys have liked, if there's any other subscription services that you guys would like me to look at or review, definitely leave it in the comments below. Otherwise, I will catch you next time. Bye, guys.